Welcome back to the In the Clinic podcast with Rob. And all right, let me ask you one thing. If I gave you 24 hours notice and tomorrow you had the opportunity to do something physically demanding with the people that you love the most, would your body be ready? Not in 6 months, not after you get back in shape, right now. That's what I want to talk about today because a few weeks ago, I had a great experience that really hit me. And honestly, it shifted how I think about training, health, and what all this is really about. So welcome back to the In the Clinic podcast with Rob. And I'm a physical therapist, owner of Sumner Specialized Physical Therapy, Specialized Strength, Specialized Massage, home of the Superhuman Protocol, the Pinoy, and many more. We're really focused as a specialized wellness company to help the people in our community achieve longevity and better health span. So let's get started today. A few weeks ago, I had the chance to hike to the top of Cervidae Peak. And I did this with my kids. Now, my daughter's 19, my son is 14, and if you've ever been there, and it's around Boise, Idaho, then you know it is not a casual walk. It's about 2 miles straight uphill, almost 2,400 feet of elevation gain, and it's the kind of hike where you feel it, and I certainly did. About halfway up, my breathing was heavy, my legs were tired, but they were working. And I found myself doing what we all do. Looking ahead, trying to figure out how much farther we have to go. The difficulty is there were rolling hills. And these rolling hills didn't allow you to see where the peak would be. And if I'm being honest, I was hoping we were closer than we actually were. Then we saw them. A husband and a wife. Probably in their 60s, maybe 70s, coming down from the summit. But what stood out wasn't just that they had already made it to the top. It was how they looked. Relaxed, smiling, energized. They weren't exhausted. They weren't struggling. They were enjoying it. And as they passed us, they encouraged us. They told us we're getting close, even though we definitely weren't. And then they kept going, steady, confident, like they belonged there. That moment really stuck with me because just a few minutes before that, I was focused on how tired I felt. And here they were, further along in life than I was, further along in the hike, and moving in a completely different way. And I remember thinking, that's different. They didn't look like they were just pushing through it. They looked like they belonged there. And that's a different level. So later on in the hike, we stopped for a break. I sat down on a rock. We started drinking some water. We started catching our breath. We're just taking in the scenery. And my kids were right there with me. My 19-year-old daughter, my 14-year-old son. And in that moment, just quiet, no rush. My daughter said something that hit me in a way I did not expect. She said, I'm really thankful I have a dad who can still do this with us. And that one stuck. Because it wasn't just about the hike. It wasn't about getting to the summit. It was about being able to say yes. Being able to show up for my kids, my family. Being able to be fully in the moment with them. And the truth is, I didn't have months to prepare for that day. I had one day. She told me about the hike the day before. There was no time to train. There was no time to get ready. I was either ready or I wasn't. And that's when it hit me. This is truly what it's really about. Not the hike, not the elevation, not even the view at the top of the mountain. It's about having a body that allows you to participate in life when the opportunity shows up. Because life doesn't always give you a heads up. It doesn't say, hey, in 6 months, you're going to need to be in shape. It just presents the moment. A hike, a trip, a day outside, time with your kids, time with your grandkids. And your body either lets you step into it or it holds you back. And here's what I see all the time. People don't suddenly lose their ability overnight. It fades. Slowly, quietly, over the years. Endurance stops, strength declines, energy dips, and people start saying things like, well, I used to be able to do that. And that phrase right there, I used to, that's the warning sign. And it's not about age, it's about capacity. Because I've seen people in their 60s moving incredibly well, and I've seen people in their 40s struggling. The difference isn't the number. It's what their body is capable of doing. So it actually determines whether you're ready or not. Well, there are a few things. The first is your aerobic capacity. And this is really your ability to handle effort. That's what it really comes down to. Can your body handle effort? To climb, to breathe, to recover. And then second is your strength, especially your legs. Your ability to push, to climb, to carry. That is independence. And the third, well, that's your metabolic efficiency. How your body produces energy, whether you fatigue quickly or can sustain effort. And here's the reality. Your body doesn't fail in the moment. It reveals what it's been building. So what can you actually do? Starting today, what can you actually do? Let me give you a few simple things you can start with. Number 1, move daily with intention, not just steps. Add pace, add hills, challenge yourself a little. Number 2, get out of breath. At least a couple times a week. Push your system, even short bursts. Your body needs the signal that it can raise its capacity. Number 3, build strength, especially the lower body. Squats, step-ups, lunges, stairs. That's what keeps you moving through life. Get those legs strong. Number 4, practice real light movements. Get off the floor. Carry something heavy. Take the stairs. Train for life, not just for workouts. Number 5, test yourself. Every month, ask, can I handle a hill? Do I recover quickly? Do I feel capable? Because that's what gets measured. That is what gets improved. Now, here's the thing. All of those are great. Those are 5 great tips that will change your life today if you're doing nothing at the moment. And those matter, but they're still general. And this is where a lot of people get stuck because everyone has a different body. Some people train too easy. Some people train too hard. Some people can't burn fat efficiently. Some fatigue way too early. And you can work hard and still not be working correctly. And that's exactly why we brought in an advanced metabolic testing equipment. Because now we can actually measure this. We can see how your body uses oxygen, how fit your system actually is, how fuel is actually burning inside of you, how your metabolism is actually working. And instead of guessing, we can be specific, and that changes everything. So I keep thinking about the couple on the trail. They weren't proven anything. They weren't chasing anything. They actually told us that her husband, that he finally hit the the quad, as she called it, the 4 top hills around that area. They were just living in a way that allowed them to be there. And I think about that moment with my kids and what that really meant. This isn't about hiking. It's about being ready for your life. So if right now you're listening to this and you're wondering, where do I stand? If your body is actually ready for the moments that matter the most, that's exactly why we brought this metabolic testing into our clinic. We can give you a clear picture of your capacity, of your metabolism, of your endurance, and more importantly, really what to do next. If you want clarity, well, we're going to walk you right through it and give you the clarity you need. Because at the end of the day, the goal really isn't just to live longer. The goal really is to be ready when life calls. So the question is right now, do you even know if you're ready? All right, my friends, thanks for listening today. Appreciate you listening to another In the Clinic podcast with Rob. If you like this, send it to a friend. If this resonated with you, send it to a friend. The best you could do for our company is to send these type of talks to other people that will get value of it. And if we can help change one life out there, whoo, man, that will make the world to us. All right, keep moving, keep living well. We'll see you on the next one.